Well, hello story chasers, this is Amber and today is 20-minute Tuesday. I did 10-minute Tuesday last time, but I got so many questions, we're doing 20 minutes today. Before we dive into it, I just wanted to remind you that I get all of these questions from your comments on my videos. So if you have any questions that you want me to answer in the 10-minute or 20-minute Tuesday, whichever one I decide to do, go ahead and leave those comments here or on any of my other videos. I try to grab those as quickly as possible, and then usually I'll let you know as a reply that it's going to show up on the Tuesday Q&A. Okay guys, let's get started. All right, it's time for 20-minute Tuesday. Let's put 20 minutes up on the clock and let's get started. So the first question is from Kimberly Bowler, is talking about her dream and what she wants to do. She's a traveling nurse, but she's looking to possibly do something else. She wants to start a YouTube business or work online and travel some more. My fear is that I'll be giving up my nursing pay and I don't know if opening my life up to strangers would be too uncomfortable. I'm an introvert empath. So am I, Kimberly. You mentioned at one time having a class focused on starting a YouTube channel. Are you still doing that? So here's the thing with that. I am going to be doing the YouTube course at some point. I started asking people to sign up for the wait list this last year, thinking I was going to get it done by the end of this last year. But as I started putting the curriculum together, I realized that the class was going to be enormous and it would be very costly for you to take the course if I put everything in it. And some people are at different levels. Some people have already started a YouTube channel and they don't need to know the basics. So there are some who have never started a YouTube channel and they need to know the basics. Or maybe you just need to know the marketing aspect of it, or how to do a live stream, or what equipment do you need. So my intention is to break it into pieces so you can basically do it a la carte. You can pick what you need and take the course, and it's, you know, a win-win for everybody. So you're not spending more money than you really need for information that you don't need to have because you already know it. When is it going to come out? That's a great question. It might not be till the end of this year. I'm trying to get it done. As you know, I've started these daily videos and I'm trying to get everything, my head wrapped around that, and then also put the course together. So hopefully soon I will have something together for you guys. Keep putting your questions on here. I'm happy to answer the questions for you to at least help you get started if my course isn't out already. Oh, My Liberty Van also asked the same question. Do you teach people how to start a YouTube channel? And then of course I just answered that. So definitely soon that will be happening. The next question is from Carol Stockman, and she says, I'm searching for a good laptop. What do you use? Would you share in more detail about technology and picture storage? So the laptop that I use is called a MacBook Pro. I use I think it's a 15-inch. I am looking to upgrade this at the end of this year with a new M1 chip. It's supposed to be super fast and you don't hear the fan running. I use my computer all of the time. So I love MacBook, and there was a learning curve, of course, in the beginning if you've never used Mac and only used Windows, but I think it's worth it. It's really, really great. So I will be doing that at some point in time. As far as picture storage is concerned, I put all my pictures in the cloud on iCloud, MacBook's iCloud. I used to have it on Dropbox, but didn't really sync well across my Apple devices. So I just moved everything over to Apple, and yeah, I drank the juice for sure on that one. But it's easy. And then I think maybe the other part of your question could be, what do I do with like my videos and stuff like that as far as storage is concerned for that? I don't upload those to the cloud. It's just too expensive to do that, and it also uses a lot of my data. So I actually use something called a Lacy rugged hard drive, and it looks like, I'll show you. It looks like this. So this actually is what I use. I have several of them. I get them where there are 5 terabytes on each external hard drive. So that holds a lot of storage for me and a lot of files, and so I probably have 8 of them maybe in here, and I'm only using about 5 of them right now, but I keep them on hand just in case. That's kind of all the business section of questions. I'm kind of grouping these together. So the next section is on pet. Rebecca Johnson wants to know, have you ever heard of thunder vest jackets for dogs? She says that it might be good for Lily and the wind because Lily doesn't like the wind. I had a thunder vest for Lily and it worked pretty well. It was a long time ago when I first adopted her because she had a lot of fear and anxiety, but I haven't tried it for the win, so that's interesting. But yeah, I'll have to look into that maybe. But they do really work if you've never tried them. The other question is from Sheila Falgot. I may not be pronouncing that right. Do you feel that having Lily stopped you from seeing or doing things in Key West, and did they have doggy daycare that you could have left her at if you wanted to? So yes, definitely having Lily keeps me from doing things not just in Key West but anywhere. Like today I didn't go to this Edgar Allan Poe cafe that's over here in Charleston, South Carolina, because I have Lily and it's too hot to leave her in the van and there was no parking, so I'd have to basically walk a couple of miles to get to the cafe. I didn't do it because of that. So there's quite a few times that I can't do things because of her, but the trade-offs are great. I love her and she's a great companion. As far as Key West is concerned, or any place really, yes, you could use something like rover.com or do a doggy daycare, but she gets so nervous in those places and with other people. I will say I probably get more nervous like with a rover.com because I'm always just so scared, like people aren't going to take care of my dog like I want them to, or they're going to accidentally let her out of the house and she's gonna, you know, get loose, and I don't know, you just hear horror stories, and so I just have never taken the chance to do that. And I'm sure it would be fine. I know other nomads who do it without any issues, so I'm probably just too sensitive about it, but I don't know, it's my girl. So I'd rather almost just not do something and then not have to worry about it. The next question is from Diane Karts, and she wants to know how old Lily is. Lily's 13, she'll be 14 in September, and I have a feeling we're gonna have a big old birthday party for her when she's 14. That's a guesstimate of her age. When I adopted her, she was 4. She was a stray in California. I was living in Washington at the time, and they were estimating her based on her teeth that she was 4. So I don't know how accurate that is or not, but that's what we go by. The next question is from Josephine Kilipio. She said, wow, 5 teeth removed plus vaccines and 1 visit. That's a lot of trauma for a small old dog. Poor girl. Sorry, Amber. I hope you both are doing much better. Thank you very much for your condolences, Josephine. I really appreciate it. So just to clarify, she did have the 5 teeth removed and then 1 kind of fell out while he was removing them. So 6 teeth altogether. She went in for vaccines, but I wanted them to check her teeth because I knew she was ready for a dental. Usually when I have to bring her in for a dental, I have to schedule it months in advance. So I honestly didn't think that they would have anything available, but they did. So I went in for vaccines, but because they could get her in for the dental, we did not get the vaccines. I would not do that to her. I always space her vaccines out because she's a small dog, just as you said, and I don't want to overload her system, and they wouldn't have done it anyway. So they have a note on file too that she's sensitive to vaccines, and so we're just really careful. But no, and her blood work all came back fine. She was perfectly healthy. She was okay to go under for getting her teeth cleaned and the removals. So that's the only thing she did. We still have to do the vaccines, but I'll probably wait. I wanted her body to get healthier again after having the anesthetic, which she seems fine now, but you know, as a human, that sometimes can take months to actually get out of your system. So we're just waiting a little bit, maybe until I get to North Carolina, and then I'll get her in for some vaccines. But thanks for caring and understanding, and I hope that clarifies everything. The next question is from John Vegas, and John is saying, have you ever thought of just staying in one spot and living out of your van? No. I think about staying in places for extended periods of time, just because sometimes, you know, it gets tiring traveling all the time, and I like to just really stay in a spot and really get to know the place. Like, I've been in Charleston, South Carolina for almost 2 weeks by the time I leave here, so I'm really just kind of immersing myself in the city and getting to know it. Although you guys won't see very much on Charleston, maybe just a couple of videos, because I was really just relaxing a lot here and not really filming a lot, which I'm sorry, but it's a great place, but I needed to have a little bit of a break from doing all of that. So there's only gonna be a couple of videos about Charleston. But I know there are people who do it. They actually have a sticks and bricks job, stationary job, but they live out of their RV in the city where their job is at. So that's always a possibility too, because this still can be a cheaper lifestyle for you, having a stationary job rather than having a traditional sticks and bricks house. So there's always that option too. The next question is from, is it Chi M or Shay M? Do you stealth camp in areas that don't allow you to sleep in your vehicle? No judgment if you do. I do not, actually. I always play by the rules. There's a couple of reasons for that. One, I don't want to get a knock on the door in the middle of the night and have to move. Like, that's, nobody wants that. It, you know, disrupts your sleep, and then you got to figure out where to go. And the other thing is that it makes it worse for us as a collective whole to be able to be in a van, and we don't want cities and counties to start outlawing our abilities to sleep in our vans in urban areas. And so if you don't play by the rules and they see it and they catch you and it gets to be a problem in certain areas, then they will start, you know, putting the hammer down on us, and we don't want that. So yeah, I like to play by the rules with that. It's just better for everybody and for your peace of mind as well. The next question is from Lola Saxby. She's asking, is Planet Fitness better than Anytime Fitness or any of the other chain gyms? The only gym that I've had is Anytime Fitness and now Planet Fitness. So I had Anytime Fitness originally when I started van life, and it was good. There was nothing wrong with it. They're smaller facilities, and the bathrooms, they usually only had 1 or 2 bathrooms that had a shower in it, and they were nice. It was like your bathroom at your house. It had a shower, a sitting area kind of, you know, where you can change your clothes. It had a toilet, a sink. It's really nice. The only thing is it's like $45, $50 a month, whereas Planet Fitness has a bigger facility. It has way more showers. They're more like a locker room style shower than the private showers like Anytime Fitness. They're still nice nonetheless. They're very clean. Some of them do have like a little changing area. If you saw one of my videos where I was in, where was that? Hilton Head, then you would have seen that particular shower set up. It was really, really nice. They also have these hydro massage chairs and beds that are phenomenal, and you can hop on those things and get like a massage. It's really, really nice. So I decided to go with that, and you'd be surprised, it's cheaper. I'm only paying $22, $23 a month, I think, for it, versus the $45, $50 for Anytime Fitness. And I have found that as I've traveled around for the last couple of years in the van, I feel like there was always more Planet Fitnesses in the areas that I was at, more rural areas and also urban areas, than there was Anytime Fitness. So that was the reason why I decided to go with Planet Fitness this time. I'd canceled my Anytime Fitness when COVID happened, and then now that I'm re-upping and traveling more on the East Coast where I don't have access to showers like I did before, I wanted to do the gym shower. So hence Planet Fitness. The next question is from My Liberty Van, and she wants to know, how often do you do laundry on the road, and where do you store your dirty laundry? Laundry on the road, I mean, this is really kind of dependent on you. So as far as like how many clothes you have, how often you wear them. So I've been known to go buy some more underwear when I don't have any and I can't go wash my laundry. So I have probably a month's supply at least of underwear. And then, you know, shirts and pants you can wear a couple of times. In the West Coast, you know, it's a drier climate, so I wasn't sweating or have the body odor like I do out here because of the humidity and the heat. So I'm tending to wash a lot more out on the East Coast. So let's call it 3 weeks on the East Coast and probably every 4 weeks on the West Coast is what it boils down to. I like to just do it all at once. So I do all of my laundry, my bedding, and Lily's bedding as well. And then where do I store it? I have a bag. It's a fairly large bag. It's just a nylon laundry bag that I got off of Amazon, and I store it right under my bed where it's easy access, and it's, you know, it kind of folds down upon itself. And I don't do like the big bins or anything that has a form to it because it just takes up space in here that you don't need to take up space. You know, real estate comes at a premium here, so anything that can collapse is the best. The next question is from Rebecca Johnson, and she wants to know about the toilet and my shower. She says, I remember, I think you said you don't use your toilet or shower. I could be wrong. I do use my toilet and I do not use my shower. The toilet recently broke and I had to figure out a solution for that, so maybe you saw that. The shower, Heimer just didn't set this up for a shower situation. Even though it has like a shower pan in the bottom and it has a nozzle to use as a shower, it doesn't have like an on-off switch, and it was just like your kitchen sink nozzle. It was low, it wasn't up high like a traditional shower. And I probably could have modified it, but I have stuff like in there laying in, like, you know, cleaning products. I have my trash can, I have my, you know, now I have my red cedar shavings for my toilet. I have trash bags, just miscellaneous items kind of around the toilet and the storage areas, and you don't have to move all of that stuff out of the way to take a shower. So it's just not easy. And plus I only have about, I think it's about a 30-gallon water tank, and if I'm constantly using the water as a shower inside there, I use my water very, very quickly. So I'd rather conserve that water, do my hair, like wash my hair inside of the kitchen sink, and then wash off, you know, like a sponge bath, and then go to the gyms when I have them available. So that's what I typically do. And then the rest I use for, like, you know, washing my dishes, and then also using it for drinking water in the Berkey that's right here behind me. That's my water filter. Next question, there's 3 questions surrounding my nose piercing. 2 people, Crafty Traveler and Donna Jones, asked, how do I blow my nose? I don't know about everybody else, but I've never really had to blow my nose very much. I don't have issues with, I guess, mucus in my nose really, unless I have a cold or something. When I clean it, I don't, like, if you guys are turned off by this stuff, just close your ears for a second. So to clean the nose piercing, and I'm saying this, I wanted to address it because I know some people have asked me about, like, they want to get one and does it hurt and what do you have to do for aftercare. As far as the nose piercing is concerned, with aftercare and cleaning out mucus from your nose, I actually do a sea salt soak. So I have a gallon of distilled water and I put 4 teaspoons of non-iodized sea salt inside that distilled water, shake it up, and then I have a little shot glass that I put the sea salt water solution into, and then I soak my nose, you know, on that side every single day, twice a day, for about 5 minutes each time. That helps the healing process. What you might not know about the nose piercing is that it takes anywhere from 3 to 6 months for that, it's a wound in your nose basically, to heal. And so once it's healed, you can interchange the jewelry out of your piercing as many times as you want. It's like your ears, taking it in and out. But the sea salt solution really helps it to heal. I soak the piercing in the sea salt solution, and then I grab Q-tips and I dunk the Q-tip inside of the sea salt solution, and then I, you know, put it up my nose and kind of clean everything out really well. And I just make sure that I do not stick the end that I just cleaned, you know, inside my nose back into the sea salt solution. So I go through quite a few Q-tips because of this. Oh wow, there's a huge sailboat out there right now. Sorry. I feel like my dog Squirrel. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful sailboat. That's my setup for my camera. If I had to blow my nose, I mean, I would just blow it like normal and then use the Q-tips to clean it all out, you know, properly with a sea salt solution. And then Wendy from New York says, so what type of back does the nose have? I'm assuming the nose ring. It's an L-shaped. So it goes into the side and then it's kind of, you know, an L. Like, I can't bend my finger like an L, but like that. And so the L part goes up into the nostril so that it doesn't come out. Sometimes, you know, you got to be careful because sometimes it'll swing its way around here and you'll see a little bit of it. My little L-tail is rather long, but I have a very small nose, and so I think, you know, they just use what they have, and I'd love to trim it, but I mean, I can't trim it. It's titanium. I did buy a different one, but I cannot change the jewelry out until this is healed. I just bought a couple of extra titanium nose piercings just in case this does happen to come out for some reason. I can sanitize the other one and stick it in as quickly as possible. So the next section is on medical questions. The next question is from Fear No More, and they're asking about doctor issues and if I had to order tests or prescriptions, MRIs, do you have to stay in the same location to get all of these completed, which can take weeks? Or with your healthcare, spread those visits around to different doctors' clinics on your destination routes? Then just talk to the doctor via internet. So what I've done in the past is I've actually stayed in one place. I don't really have to get tests very often or any of these things, but I did have a cyst on my eye when I was in Yuma, Arizona, and so I stayed there until it kind of cleared up, got my prescriptions there, and then moved along when I knew it was safe to move along. You can always follow up with other doctors along your travel plans, your route. Otherwise, my routine visits, like wellness doctors, things like that, I typically will get done either at my doctor's in Washington or in Arizona. My healthcare is nationwide, so I can do that anywhere. As far as all the other things, I've never really had those things before, as far as like MRIs or tests, things like that. I actually have a teledoc also that's through my insurance where I can talk to a doctor online and they can call in a prescription for me if I need to. So that's really nice as well. So you don't have to actually go to a doctor. Obviously, they're a little bit limited in their capacity, but it has served me very, very well. As far as prescriptions, you can have them sent to like a Walgreens, a Walmart. There's Walmarts everywhere, or CVS pharmacies. And then that way they can access your information from anywhere. Sherry Sanders asked a similar question about the prescriptions. So definitely what I was just saying is go to a Walmart, CVS, or a Walgreens and get your prescriptions at those places. Walmart's probably the safest bet. So the next question is from Show Your Age, and they said, looks like Allegra might be a behind-the-counter drug that you have to show ID to get because it has pseudoephedrine in it. This wasn't a prescription, actually, and I could just go walk up to the counter and grab it off of the shelf. That might be different in every state, especially if it has pseudoephedrine in it. I mean, it has an antihistamine. It doesn't say pseudoephedrine in it, but this is the one that I use. So in the state that I got it in, which was Florida, there was no prescription needed. The next question is from Desiree LaMarche, and her question is about Zion Health, which is the health insurance that I use. She says, I'm retiring and I really just need annual checkups, mammograms, PAPs, and a physical. And she just wants me to talk a little bit about this. Zion Health Insurance is not really health insurance. It's like a co-op where you pay in to this kind of master plan. And if you have an issue that happens where you need to go to the doctor, each issue has to be $1,000 or more before they will start paying on it. And you get 3 of those a year. After the 3, they pay 100%. So basically your out-of-pocket would be $3,000 if you had an incident that was more than $1,000 each. If you went to the doctor and it was $100, you would pay $100. And if there was no other expense for that incident, that would be completely out of pocket for you. So the point is that I was paying like $600 a month for health insurance. This is right around $200 a month for me. Now that would cover other things like you were talking about, mammograms, PAPs, physicals, where this does not. I have to pay for that completely out of pocket. But I'm saving at this point, if you do the math, I'm paying $200 a month and I was $600 a month before, so that's $400 a month I'm saving. Times 12 months is $4,800. I don't have $4,800 worth of out-of-pocket expenses on an annual basis for my regular checkups. So I'm kind of looking at this more as a catastrophic plan. That's how I look at it. It saves me money. I'm a well person. I'm healthy. I don't have any issues. So if you're well and you're healthy, this is a great plan for you. If you have a lot of medical issues and you need to go to the doctor routinely, probably not a good plan for you. I would stick with a regular health insurance program. All right, guys, that is it. I got through every single one of the questions that I needed to get to. I might have gone a little bit over, but I wanted to get to those because those are a little bit older. I still have a lot of questions to get to that have come in this last week, but we'll continue getting to those every single week. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you submitting all of your questions. Leave me your questions below if you have any more, which I'm sure you guys do. Keep them coming, and then I will keep doing these videos every single Tuesday for you and answer them as quickly as I possibly can in 10 minutes or 20 minutes, which is the format that we're going with. All right, guys, keep story chasing, and I will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.